Yeah, okay. Do you want me to send one down, or do you want me to try and find something to do? Yeah. No, yeah, what number, what's the address again? No, house. Well, yeah.
Work right! Logan in front of him!
Okay, Q, okay.
flag it in. Yeah.
I haven't. It seems to be all.
Oh, okay.
Can't get a word on this for enough time, but it's coming through on the headset.
We kicked the other goal.
Okay, I think we're actually good this time. So smashing it forwards there is Paprotny, who goes deep for Clarence as they look to now. We're going to come back here, 2 goals in arrears. The Demons will take it out of defence. I think we've got our commentary issues solved for those of you tuning in. Apologies for the technical issues. Will be paid in favour of Clarence. Forcing on the wing. And that one is going to be thrown in.
They've held up pretty well in the back half. In this quarter in particular, North Hobart, guys like McLeod and Smith have found a bit of footy. Kilpatrick's always composed.
Smith and the Demons will look to go forwards. In after that one is Tilbury. The boundary line will be on the other side. I'm told this is actually coming through now. It's about the third time of us. I'm Andrew Corbing. Joining me this afternoon is Cam Brown here for this final regular season round of the TSL between North Hobart and Clarence. Of course, Clarence locked in to third spot. The Demons on the basement, but would love to finish the year with a win here. 2 on the trot would be something to build from next year as the handball across finds Caswell, who swings onto the left and chips it down the line, but Noah Holmes was waiting there for Clarence. He chips one over the top into space. He finds Ballsboon at half forward. He'll turn onto the left and drive into the pocket. They've got a free man down here. It's Big Garland. Can he get down low and pick it up? It wouldn't bounce accommodatingly for him. Danger still not averted. A big chance here for Howlett. From the tight angle, he snaps. Maybe made the angle a bit too tight. Still the danger there. In after it's Sam Green. He's hauled to the ground. We'll have a ball up. Some desperate defending there.
Yeah, well done, young Sam Banksmith. He's done a couple of nice things in the first quarter and a half in this game. Early on, he was picking up Josh Green.
There's the tap down. Kicked away. Not a clearing kick, though. As we're trying to escape, going nowhere.
Yeah, they've just struggled in the forward half. Clarence have only kicked with 2. One of those was Colin Garland, which was from a kick out where they caught North Hobart off guard and virtually ran it from one end of the ground to the other.
So the clearing kick will clear the 50, but waiting back there was Keegan Wiley, who's got the long boot. This might not be beyond him as he goes back.
Well, the issue he's got is 15 North Hobart players in the defensive 50 at the moment, so there's not a lot of room for any Clarence player to lead, so it looks like he's going to sit it up about 15 metres out. No, he's going to go short.
So the officer just pop it into the pocket and he finds a man. There is Jack Preshaw taking the mark. It's a very tight angle though. It's going to be working against him. So from the pocket, Clarence is by 13 points. And you cut the margin to 7 here. It would be a tough kick. Around the left footer. He slams it through, no issues at all. Straight as an arrow. Beautiful kick there. And Clarence do get their third of the afternoon. Lovely technique on that kick, Brownie.
Yeah, beautiful kick, and often a difficult area of the ground to kick goals from a lot of people that have watched footy here at North Hobart. So cuts the margin to 7 points, which on balance I think Clarence coaching staff would be pretty happy about, because as we said, the majority of the play has been with North Hobart. And check the goal kickers, John O'Pullen with one, Tilbury, Jack McCulloch and Will Spland for North Hobart, and Clarence, we saw Preshaw there, and one each to Colin Garland and young Tom McCullum with a nice set shot deep in the first quarter.
So back into the middle, the handball not quite picked up by Green. Turning back inside was Kilpatrick. They scrap away at ground level. Kilpatrick burrowing in, but he's going nowhere. And another ball up. Jack Sandrick moving back into the engine room here for North Hobart. The Rucks go at it. Elphinston for North Hobart want it down. Sandrick taken in a strong tackle from Preshaw. They'll battle. This time Green on the hit, but again neither Ruck and getting a decisive tap, and we'll rinse and repeat once more. And it will be Elphinston to duel with Green. Elphinston wins this one down. Clarence will look to take it away, and over the shoulder free kick's been spotted here. It's going to go the way of Preshaw. Advantage paid. And can they make something of it? It's a high kick inside. Garland the target. Couldn't quite bring it down. Ground level, they'll scrap in for it. A snap on goal. How will it bounce? It's tumbling through. Well, there you go. Colin Garland, something out of nothing in the end, just picks it up, slams it on the boot and gets the bounce. And they're back within a point.
He often does that, doesn't he? It's not just through his marking, which is obviously his one wood and his ability to get out on a lead, Colin Garland, but he's pretty good at ground level with those snaps around the corner. He usually keeps his feet in the contest, and that'd be a bit of a body blow, I would have thought, for North Hobart to just only be a point in front. 17-minute mark of the second quarter. Clarence certainly pressing. Darcy Gardner starting to get his hands on the footy. Was very prominent last week, the three media votes.
Of course, in a big upset victory over Launceston last week, coming into this game with some form are the Roos as they prepare for the final series. And really looking at the southern challengers, the ones that might be able to upset the two northern juggernauts this year, if anyone is capable. Launceston looked pretty invincible for most of the year before Clarence pulled off that upset last week, as this one's smashed inside 50 by Preshaw. Preshaw couldn't quite find a target there, but swinging away is Tyler McGuinness. Little chip kick out from Smith, just eluding his target in Finlay Poke.
Yeah, he's been pretty good, Connor Smith. Moved to the back line in the second half of the year. Played a lot of his junior footy as a forward and a midfielder, but he reads the play really well.
So the ball back into play from the umpire, this time one down by Elphinston. Picked up by Caswell. French players applying some good pressure here, but it's going to slip out the back. Caswell gets a handball, went back inside. In there though, only Clarence numbers. They look to counter here, getting in a little bit of troubles. Green, did he have an opportunity to get rid of that? I gave him an eternity. Eventually it comes out. Leafeber just slams it on the boot towards half forward. Takes an awkward bounce, clean at ground level though with McCulloch. But he's going nowhere.
Yeah, Jack McCulloch, Bryce Alone's young Clarence player. He played a handful of games, got the job on him today. It's a good show of faith from the Clarence coaching staff.
Seeing that battle transpires throughout the afternoon. Green won the hit down, and Clarence taken along the outside. Pretty sure sending it forward, but picked off nicely there by Connor Smith, who turns inside immediately. Found Tyler McGuinness at centre half back. He just kicks it into space, just guides his man where he wants him to go, and they're off around the outside. They had the loose on the outside in the form of Finlay Poke, and Poke will drive them inside 50 now. It's a searching kick. Nicely defended though. The fist came in. A roll out of play for a throw in.
There's good ball movement, wasn't it, from North Hobart? And there's a free kick here.
Kick folded out a bit of afters, and certainly quickly 50 here as well. Actually, I think
Well, they made two separate decisions there. One umpire
reversed it.
allowed Swinton to play on, and the other umpire called it back. So he's going to come back to McCulloch.
So McCulloch will get the reversal. Just needlessly carrying on there. They had the free kick, and they've been suckered in a little bit there of Clarence. The angle's severe against McCulloch here.
Yeah, tough spot also to kick goals from here, but it was a nice ball movement in that play before it got to the boundary line. Told McGuinness been in really good form. Involved young George McLeod.
So McCulloch never gave that a chance. That's out on the full, and probably about 10 or 15 metres up the line, I reckon. And indeed, it will be a throwing because it never even came in. Can't do much worse than that, though I suppose you get a better result than a worse kick.
Well, I'm glad Smithy's here because I can't work that out.
That's pointed out by the Mercury's finest Adam Smith here. The ball never actually entered play, so we will have a ball in. A bit comical, that one, as the ball comes down, snap around the corner. Will that just land in play? No, floats out on the full, and a chance for the Demons here. It's all right.
He's pinch run there, Dom. I reckon it should have gone to Jackson, but
nicely done.
Smart play.
Get himself the extra stat, and he puts a good-looking kick inside 50. Gave his tools a chance there. Couldn't quite bring it down. And holding the ball was called there. And the crowd just coming to life a little here, Brownie.
Yeah, they had the North Hobart faithful. Certainly were vocal in calling for holding the ball, so a good decision for them. And yeah, players just getting a bit of tension here off the ball. Now there's going to be a 50-metre penalty paid for throwing a North Hobart player to the ground. I think it was McCulloch, was it not?
Yeah, it was, and there was very little in it.
Kicked the goal.
He just clumsily fell over. He was looking to milk the 50, and he did just that. And again, for the second time in a minute, Clarence had been completely suckered in. A real lack of discipline here.
I agree. Now, it's still going on in the goal square. And you've got to be careful here, because what the umpires will want to do is separate this with a free kick more often than not. But players are just breaking away now. But yeah, look, players have got to be careful in that situation. I agree, there probably wasn't a free kick, but often the modus operandi of an umpire when they see these little melees is probably to just show a strong stance and pay a free kick. It's unnecessary to throw the player to the ground. North Hobart milked the free kick, and Caswell kicks what probably would have been a goal, made it a certainty when he's on top of the goal square, and North Hobart back out to a 7-point lead.
So a few little spot flyers, funny a feeling in this. It may well be a dead rubber in terms of teams not being able to improve or change their ladder position, but more than a bit of feeling out here. North Hobart in the final regular season game of the year. Nicholas Jackson into the ruck. He won that down, then just kicked it off the deck, tumbled it forward, but picked up there by Harry Burgess. Swings it towards half forward, not quite able to mark that one, was Penwright. Stays in the field of play for a moment and back out of play. And again, every time he goes out, there's pushing and shoving going on.
Yeah, Tyler Penrod, I saw him play last time over at Bellree when these two clubs met, and he was really prominent. A live wire up forward.
And back into play. That one bouncing short of both ruckmen. The handball wasn't quite gathered by Harper, but he goes back, gets it, swings a kick. Wasn't his best in there. Took an awkward bounce, but the Demons should be able to recover. And that's a pretty clever kick because he had no one on that far side of the ground, and it would have been deliberate. So he just went for height in the end. Clarence will come away with the ball though. Gardner back inside. A chance now to pick out a target inside 50. Garland presenting out, and he takes a strong mark at the top of the square.
Yeah, he's giving them a bit of trouble, isn't he? Just that big target too. And it was a hurried kick, but just used all his nous and experience, found his way to the front of the position. And taking his full 30 seconds off the clock here before he goes for goal number 3, I think.
So Colin Garland from 20 out directly in front, makes no mistake. He's third of the afternoon. It's real old school football. The big man coming out of the square, but it's working nicely for the Roos here. Yeah,
he's the most dangerous forward on the ground, the only multiple goal kicker. And he can get on the board, can't he, and kick 5 or 6 goals. So they'll have a look at that matchup. I would have thought North Hobart, and probably in the coach's box, they'll probably back in what they went into the game with. But we've got a tight game, 25-minute mark.
32-31, very tight. Good battle developing here at North Hobart. The Demons looking to end their season on a high at home. Clarence looking to keep that momentum going into the finals. Off the ground by Jackson. Spill came in from behind. Jackson went back in and got it, handballed it over the top to Kilpatrick, but just took it away from him. There was Bealey for the Roos. Little chip outside, finds Preshaw. The wheels onto his left, sends it down the line. Plenty of Demons parked back here though. They should be able to gather it. Chips back inside looking for Ryan. It was a dicey kick. Probably a free, nothing paid. Clarence will take advantage, kick it inside 50. That's got to be a free kick for front on contact. Advantage paid, I think. Garland picks it up, slams through number 4. He's having himself a day here, big Colin Garland.
He has, and it was a smart kick. We mentioned that he's good across his body, and he did it again on that occasion. But in my mind, a clear free kick should have been paid to Keegan Ryan. George McLeod with a nice neat kick inside, and it looked like he'd been brought down, and unfortunately wasn't paid. And then a front on contact free kick against which would have been paid to Baker Smith, but smart play. Colin Garland took the opportunity with the advantage, and a nice finish around the corner, his 4th.
He's got 4 out of 6. I do agree that it's going to be a free kick on Ryan, and the umpires, unfortunately for North Hobart.
It's a heavy price to pay, isn't it, in those situations? And North Hobart should have had it.
And they weren't going to miss 2 obvious ones in a row, were they?
No, and yeah, we certainly heard what North Hobart coaches thought about that decision, Drew.
Not overly appreciative.
They're over to our right in the commentary position, but justifiably so too. He's Kilpatrick, who's been pretty solid.
As Noah Holmes moves into the ruck for Clarence. Ball spills out, picked up by Baxter Norton from long range. He just slams it on the boot. It was always offline and tumbles through for a behind.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed with that. He was in space there. A real opportunity to finish.
Couldn't quite find the accuracy. So 27 plus change gone in quarter number 2 here at North Hobart. A close game, but Clarence just starting to get on top in the last 10 minutes or so. He reels out, runs 30 metres there, Hugh Williams, and then just thumps it up towards the wing. Came down to Mathewson, able to clear the area. Tumbled forward, and there's empty field there and a foot race developing. Coming out was Splan. Oh, well done. Good body work from Splan, but the handball couldn't quite find a target. Clarence will look to take it away, but they've turned it over on the boot. Splan's going to have to go against a couple, and it's just going to be a bit beyond him. So Clarence can take the relieving mark in defence. Plenty of eyes on Will Splan, I'd have thought, Brownie.
Yeah, look, he's been in really good form as Swinton switches play into Bryce Alomes. He can probably go out to Borsburn if he wants to, but he's going to go longer.
He's chipped around the
he's just got some real... We'll come back to Will Splan shortly.
It's inside, and that's a good mark. Good hands from Darcy Gardner, clean, then just sent it over the top. Put his team under a little bit of pressure, but they keep a hold of the football, and Hallett's dispossessed. Good work from the Demons' defence there. The elevator doors slamming shut. That wasn't a good kick, though. Just invited the turnover, and it's picked off by Borsboon, who just sends it inside 50. It was a rather blind kick. Oh, dropping one he should have taken there was Smith. It's a ground level it goes, clawing away. It's Paprotny. Spills out, trying to find it. Smith again. He's besieged. And the umpire says we'll have a ball up.
Yeah, look, he would, in many ways, Will Splan wanting the season to keep going. North Hobart, we know, won't play in the finals. Not sure what the NAB League will hold and if there's going to be a final series for them.
Green wins it out of the ruck. Takes it and sends it deep forward. Garland, great hands. Oh, even better spoil, though. Some desperate defensive work there. Really nicely done. Some goal-saving defence right on the siren, as it looked like Garland was about to set up another.
It was. That was young George McLeod, a terrific smother, and he's been really prominent. And has a pretty solid season too for North Hobart when he's not playing for the Devils. Often around the 20 possession mark. Neat and efficient by foot as players come together at half-time.
Just making a beeline for each other, these two playing groups.
Oh, it happened in the Dev League and happened in the under-18s, would you believe, half-time. There was so far between the three teams, same thing.
So Plenty of feeling.
But they're going to be separated. But yeah, Will Spillane, he's been in really good form, hasn't he, the last couple of weeks, and he's certainly got some continuity in his body. He hasn't had a lot of luck with his health and injuries over the last couple of seasons, so he's enjoying just some confidence in his own play. It's still going on here. Josh Green remonstrating with Brad Tilbury.
What a shock that Josh Green's in on it. Going to show him a few words to say out there, Greenie, as they are certainly feeling it there, the Demons. Who says they've got nothing to play for here today?
Well, the thing is, too, Clarence will, they want to get away with a win and hopefully come through unscathed from an injury perspective. Get the 4 points and get some confidence going in the finals. But for North Hobart, they've got nothing to lose here. The message probably be, well, this is their final now. Another 60 minutes of footy and try and finish the season off a win. They've probably got a club function tonight, so they'll be, looking to go out of the season with a bit of confidence. So, having said that, they're right in this game. But Clarence just got hold of them. In particular, it was Colin Garland with 3 goals in that second quarter and 1 to Preshaw after a pretty solid start for the D's.
So that is how it stands at half-time. It's Clarence 6-2-38 leading North Hobart 5-2-32. Colin Garland, the destroyer-in-chief at the moment, but an intriguing game in prospect. We've finally sorted our audio issues here, so we'll be fine for the second half, and we'll be back in around about 15 minutes' time to bring it to you. Don't go away. So welcome back to North Hobart for quarter number 3 of this final round of the season clash between North Hobart and Clarence. The Roos holding sway by 6 points as we turn into the third quarter after a pretty even first half. Both teams having the better of a quarter. All still to play for here. And we're ready to get going in the sunshine here at North Hobart. One down by Elphinstone. Just slamming it off the deck and tumbling it forward though were the Roos. Coming in over the top, Darcy Gardner. Prolific in that first half was Gardner. Handball from Norton. Good tackle from behind there by Finlay Poke. Turns the ball over. McLeod seizes on it. He sends it forward. Splam presenting up at it, but spoiled from behind by Buchner. Buchner then gets his boot to ball and thumps it forward, but that's picked off. A little chip kick will find Dylan Ford at half-back. Wastes no time swinging to the outside. Handball over the top to Kilpatrick. Got into trouble. He's brought down, and a great tackle from Darcy Gardner. Forced the turnover. Turning into a little bit of trouble was Harper. The Roos swinging it forward. Garland brought down. Good tackle late on that occasion from Bailey Walker.
Yeah, first 5 or 10 minutes after half-time will be interesting here. We saw a bit of feeling in the last 5 minutes heading into half-time.
Just taking that out of the ruck, and that's got to be a high tackle there on Baker Smith.
Yeah, Devils teammates, of course, and Baker Smith, who's played a lot of his footy as a defender but has been swung forward in recent times.
How's his kicking?
Yeah, he's worked pretty hard on his kicking. It's probably his 25-metre kick in particular. There's the growth there of his game, but he's so brave in the air. Very courageous player, but this will probably take his best.
Baker Smith starts it off on line. It's just drifting and it crashes into the woodwork. Almost. It's a pretty good kick. Just bent a little too much.
Yeah, he's off to I'm just trying to think of the word now. For the AFL draft camp, in terms of some of the testing and training. One of the 3 nominations from the Devils, along with Will Splann and Sam Banks, have been nominated for the Combine, is the word I was after, Drew.
That's the one. Changes from sport to sport. Can't keep up with it. This one's swung inside 50, and that's a good mark. Connor Smith.
Yeah, he's been really good right from the word go, Connor Smith. He looks really settled and composed off half-back.
Courageous mark, that one. Just had to sit under the hospital ball and got absolutely whacked for it, but just kept a hold of it as they turned the ball over here, though. Clarence able to force the stoppage. Just a little untidy off half-back there, the Demons.
Yeah, the Roos just worked their way into it, didn't they, Drew, in the back half of the second quarter, and just started to get some possession and territory.
As the Rucks go at it, Elphinstone over the top. Taking it away is Darcy Gardner. Ran tight to the boundary. He bends this one back. It's a pretty good kick, and Garland was given a chance, but for the second time this quarter, Walker wins the contest there, and vital that they put the clamps on the dangerous Garland.
You've got to watch Garland in these situations from ruck contests, because he can often use some body work and create a goal out of these instances.
Tried to deal with Elphinstone there, but couldn't quite get away with it. Kilpatrick with the handball off. Great smother there. That's great pressure applied.
Yeah, that's what he does, Baker Smith. He's a very desperate player.
They crash into each other again afterwards. There's plenty of feeling in this football game. Fantastic work from Smith there, just not willing to let the ball out. Keep it locked in. Such a vital part of modern footy is they'll try and get away here. Stood up in there. The tackle well did Howlett. Got the handball off. The shot, a snap shot from Gardner just off target.
Yeah, he's starting to work his way into the game too, Darcy Gardner. Making some good form. He's a real burst player, and his possessions always count, don't they? He's got some real energy and bounce about him. Always been a really good kick of the footy. He's Baker Smith again.
So it was nicely done there by Holmes, just to keep Elphinstone from going at the ball and allowed Baker Smith a free run at it. So Smith will just stand it up 20 out. A little high kick in there. Williams lays a tackle. The handball came out. The snapshot from Howlett. He's drifting, and out of bounds on the full. Oh no, just snuck in from behind, sorry. On McGuinness kick out duties.
He's got George McLeod short if you can find him. He's still there.
Takes his time, eventually just saunters out on fullback and just spears one outside the 50. A nice kick there. Thought about going back inside, thought better of it. Clarence had the corridor pretty well shut off, so he goes down the line, but that's over the head of McCulloch. Never really gave him a chance at that football.
Yeah, nice mark there from Bryce Alomes, and he's found his coach.
Jimmy Webley, he just punched that one short, and the Roos look to bounce off half back here. They're pretty well set up behind the ball though, the Demons, so they're forced to go wide. Competing well was Holmes. It's gathered in the end by the Demons, and Banks Smith turning one around the corner. Picked up there by White. Showed some very nice hands. Now Tilbury has it. Tilbury looking to drive it long, but it's a poor kick.
It was a poor kick and just blazed away. Need to lower his eyes because it was just 2-on-1, and he had Splan on the lead.
Just went over his head there. Not much Will Splan can do. He's a gifted footballer, but you've got to give him some service there. As Clarence have transitioned the ball very nicely here. End-to-end stuff. Can they find Garland again? Oh, well done, Walker. Just got a fist in the end. But they'll clear the area. It was some nice ball movement from the Roos. But Garland, who was plucking everything, or kicking goals from everywhere. Quarter number 2. Just quite winning it so far in the third quarter, but he's getting the supply. Looking to bounce away here is Darcy Gardner. Gave it back to Wiley. Was tackled by Leafover, but got his kick away. Great mark. Nicely done there. Barwick, yes.
Yeah, he can do that. He played a lot of his junior footy as a forward.
Jacques Barwick.
He's built low to the ground and quite solid in those marking contests. Sam Banks-Smith, the young man on the mark, he's had a really good season. Come from under 15, under 16 footy this year. Last year to go and play senior footy is no mean feat.
So Barwick didn't think for 1 second about passing that one off. He always had the journey, but he didn't have the accuracy on this occasion. So a minor score, and they extend the advantage, creeping away by behind. So they're 6-6-42, leading North Hobart 5-2-32.
Yeah, just on balance, it looks like Clarence is starting to work their way on top here. So North Hobart definitely need to get some pressure back on the scoreboard.
And just a little wayward kicking is the only thing keeping this one at the close margin at the moment. That was nicely done by Harper, though, and he drove it deep and he found Garland again.
Yeah, well, that was just forward craft, wasn't it? He saw the ball coming in, but he did his work early, put his hand into the chest of Bailey Walker just in time to nudge him out of the contest and give himself, in the end, really an uncontested mark.
Just nous and experience, that, isn't it?
It was. I'm not too sure if they've got many other options. North Hobart on Garland at this point.
So Garland, can he slot this one? He can. It's a beautiful kick from Garland. He points to the crowd and says, how about that? And he extends their lead. They're up to a 16-point break. And this man, Colin Garland, is looming as the match winner right now.
Yeah, I haven't necessarily got the stats in front of us. I think that's his fifth, but might even be the last 4 goals for Clarence, potentially. Adam Smith's given me the thumbs up. So I might have to look at that matchup, just trying to think what else they could potentially do then there, whether or not they look at McGuinness to go back and apply on him. But he does give them some nice drive in that back half. So you'd lose his run. So perhaps they just have to back him in. But
Clarence are going to him every opportunity right now. They're sensing there is a vulnerability, and they're just kicking it to him every chance they get. It's the ball in the middle. Try and find clear possession here. Sandrick takes it, but he's immediately tackled.
Yeah, Harper starting to get his hands on the footy. Preshaw has been pretty prominent. Darcy Garner in this quarter in particular. So North Hobart just need to get their hands on the footy here.
Clarence well on top at the moment. There's a chance perhaps for the Demons though as they work it forward to Finlay Poke in the middle of North Hobart. He'll send them inside 50. Splan leading out of it. Didn't quite get to the contest.
That's a good mark from Bushner. He's actually had a pretty good battle with Will Splan. A couple of times he's just been able to use his athleticism and jump and get away with a spoil.
An ugly kick from Weberly there. And just getting into a little bit of trouble, Zalomes. Fought his way through it, but it wasn't the best handball. And in the end, it'll be a ball in. Yeah, it has been a good battle, that one. Playing, I think he loves some of the service Garland's getting at the other end right now.
In particular in the first quarter, he got the footy up on the wing and the logos there and was able to find some space. He's definitely a key target for them. It mightn't have helped him in some occasions with some of their kicking to him to advantage.
There's been a fair bit of kicking the ball more to the defender's advantage than his with their entries inside 50 so far. Certainly since the first kind of 15 minutes of this game anyway. Clarence working their way on top and bursting away. Here's Preshaw, who's starting to have an influence on the contest. Sent it down in the direction of Howlett, but spoiled away from him. Another throw in.
Bit of a loss too for the Roo, Sam Banks. We know he's had some issues with his wrist injury. Heard it in the NAB League in the Twin Ovals early on in the season. He was actually flying in that particular game and has fought his way back, but he's had some issues with it, and I think he's going to be out for the remainder of the season, so bad luck from him. But Clarence is certainly going to miss his composure and his foot skills off half-back.
It's pretty sure just put that one out of bounds on the full. Callum Kilpatrick at half-back for the Demons here. Didn't have anything he liked. Sits that one up, inviting danger. Garland arriving late. Connor Smith had to sit under a hospital ball there. It works out. And his kick, not a particularly good one either. Did Hugh Williams no favours. Allowed Sam Green to play on it. That might be in the back on Green. Play allowed to continue. Bending the kick forward was Swinton. Into the pocket again. Smith under some pressure. He turned and tries to take him on. Just got the handball away. Garland almost had him there. The Roos turning the screws here. Tumbling kick. Oh, maybe the handball the better option there. He spied a little gap. It's through for a minor score.
Yeah, they just lacked a bit of composure in the back half. A couple of occasions there was a slow kick across goal, and Connor Smith has been really good today. Just might have bitten off a little bit too much, but they got away with it.
They did, and they'll try and exit once again here, but Sam Green's parked there and takes a towering mark.
Yeah, I reckon he's one of the more... He hasn't had a great game today, but I think he's one of the more improved players in the competition, this guy. He's got some great versatility. He can play in the ruck, he can move forward and kick goals, can play on a wing.
He launches it deep, and there's Garland again.
They've got to make a move now. I think the North Hobart coaching staff, this will be 5 in a row for the game, all off the boot of Colin Garland.
He is taking over this match, and he almost set up another one in the shadows of quarter time as well. He is really exerting his influence on this contest. They've got to find a way to stop him. Just kicking it long to his head. He's plucking everything. He's kicking him straight through the middle too. Colin Garland has 5, and Clarence have skipped out to a 23-point advantage. So, what can they do here, Brownie? It's clear a move probably needs to be made.
Yeah, well, he's getting them from all different ways, isn't he? That was just a contested mark. We've seen him use some forward craft and nudging his opponent off the footy. There's been some snaps around the corner. So, yeah, he's full of confidence at the moment. So they're still going to back him in, North Hobart. As I say, whether or not you go to a Williams or someone like that, but
it's certainly looming as a matchup they need to contain, although certainly the supply is playing a big role here. And charging onto it is Norton. He slams it on the boot from range, just off target, but
he's had a few chances, Norton, but yeah, you're right, Drew. The best way to defend this, isn't it, is to try and get some of the footy in your hands. And at the moment, Clarence, probably the last 30 or 40 minutes of the... Oh, he's shinned that.
It's worked out all right, though. Bounces accommodatingly for Smith, who can pick it up and send it down the line. Nice mark to McGuinness. Now, this is where they've been breaking down here, the Demons. Can they show some composure going forwards? McGuinness, nice short kick. That's much better, and he finds a target. Good football there. And they'll have a chance from about 45.
And that's why they probably wouldn't... It looks like Jackson wants to give it off at some point, but that's why Tyler McGuinness is a really good user of the footy off half-back. That was really composed, and that's probably why they're resisting the temptation to push him back onto Garland.
So, Nicholas Jackson, the Demons need a circuit breaker here. He'll kick from the arc of 50. He wheels around. Has it got the journey? It's not going to have the line. through for a minor score. A better passage of play, that. Showing some good composure going forwards rather than just bombing it deep. So that's a nice clearing kick from the Roos. Charge off half back here. And ball inside, finds Beerley. Skies that one in the middle of the ground, not his best work. Couldn't be marked by McCulloch though. Into dispute once more. McCulloch went back and got it, slammed it forwards. Keegan Wiley parked back there, trapped it but couldn't gather it. Leafheber, can he pick it up in time? Just got bumped there. And Wiley, with the physical presence, will have a ball up.
Yeah, they just need to try and lock it in and contain it in their forward half here, North Hobart, because it's been all Clarence in the first 15 minutes of this third quarter.
They've been piling up the pressure, and at 23 points, the lead is starting to get significant.
Well done, Gardner. This is what he can do.
Young Gardner showing some fantastic burst there to explode out the back, and guess who was lurking? It's Colin Garland for 6. He's hit the post.
I reckon he's got 6.
7,
Might have been, yeah, that would have been for number 7.
Jeez.
Potentially 6 in a row for the game, all off his boot. But that's where you see the power of Darcy Garner. That's just burst away, and then the ability to compose himself and kick long. They love that, the Clarence coaching staff, and that's his point of difference, young Darcy. A couple of seasons now at Clarence at senior level.
Such a desirable thing for a midfielder to have, that explosiveness, isn't it?
Pretty smooth mover.
So that one was nicely won down. Clarence inside 50 once more, but the Demons have some numbers, should be able to clear the area here. McGuinness hands it across there, and found Banks Smith driving it deep for Splan, but again, Clarence will be able to break that one up, send it forward, found a man in space in Borsboon.
Normally good kick.
He is. He had one target in mind, just left a little bit short. Oh, Garland dexterous, and then the kick not quite matching the pick up there.
Well, he actually probably had more time. He did some great work in agility and probably could have steadied himself and actually got back on his preferred foot there. So he's wound back the clock, hasn't he, today?
So clean at ground level for a big man.
Yeah, he is. It looks like, we know he's had his injuries, but it looks like he's got some real confidence in his body.
Certainly flowing right now, and he'll be Clarence's ace come the finals.
There's Tommy McCullum, just starting to work his way into the game.
They'll send this one deep. The pack forms. No one can take the mark. Good tackle laid there. We'll have a stoppage.
Yeah, I just wonder whether or not that move has been made now. We called for it. McGuinness, has he gone to Garland? Looks like he has, so I think that's the right matchup now. A bit hard to leave Walker there when clearly Garland's got his confidence up. He's Connor Smith again.
He's been prolific. He sends this one to the wing, but Clarence have really taken control of the game back there, and he's coming back inside 50 pretty regularly. That one will be chipped off though. McCulloch parked back there for the Demons. Doesn't have a lot ahead of him. Banks Smith now making a lead. That's where he heads.
Yeah, he's been pretty impressive, young Sam Banks Smith.
And chips this one in short to Lee Faber. There's Banks Smith riding shotgun, so he gives it back to the young man. He'll send them deep inside 50. Good mark, Jackson. Strength shown, and a badly needed goal opportunity, this one.
Yeah, he's a real presence for them, isn't he? One of the bigger bodies in the team. And just gives him a bit of confidence there. Had an opportunity, the kick there from Sandrick. He decided to go deep. He had Splan on some separation from Bushner. He's found of late a little bit difficult to get away from Bushner. He's just some of the kicks have set up on him, and Bushner's been able to spoil. But here's a chance for Jackson, and he's missed it. Missed everything, no?
Snuck in from behind.
There'll be some concerns now for North Hobart. Just 5 goals for the game as we work our way into red time in the third quarter.
Short to Harper, 8-9, 57 to 5-4, 34. Clarence was 6-1 at one stage, so really his only inaccuracy has kept this one close. Well, he's off here, and he's been gobbled up by Jackson, who's got him, and sure, he had a chance to dispose of that. He played on.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder whether an umpires, just because they're close to goal, they realise the severity of the penalty would be quite costly for the offending player, but I think that could have been paid, to be honest.
Oh, lovely work. That's a great goal from Brad Tilbury with a man hanging off him. Just gets the left footer away and gets, well, a deserved goal because they should have had a free kick there, the Danes.
Yeah, well, Tilbury hasn't had a lot of footy, but he becomes their first multiple goal kicker in North Hobart. Kicked one in the first quarter. He was up and about and was celebrated well by his teammates who got across to him. And an important goal, important contribution in a low-scoring game, really, in terms of for the amount of goals North Hobart have got on the scoreboard. So it brings them back to 17 points. So they'd love another goal, Drewy, coming into three-quarter time.
Yeah,
just for their own confidence and to get some energy.
Into red time. Important they finish this quarter strong. Just for the last 5 minutes, things are starting to turn back their way a little.
Yeah, they just found a bit of the footy, haven't they, which is good from the North Hobart perspective. No Holmes in the ruck now.
So that one's blasted forward and another chance for Jackson. Went through his hands in the end there, Jackson. Couldn't quite haul it down. Going there's Banks Smith. Going back to get it was Jackson. Put the handball away. Ball spills out to Banks Smith, who's brought down. And it's over the shoulder, the free kick against Bushner. And Banks Smith with a big opportunity to cut the margin to 11 points.
Yeah, we mentioned him. He's played some footy as well as a bottom-age player for the Devils. He's also been tied up this year with school footy at the Hutchins School. But he's really come on in the last 12 months. He's played with maturity today beyond his years. He's a big kick.
Big moment in the game here for young Sam Banks Smith. Just hangs it near side, gave up the goals and it just never moved for him.
Yeah, that would have been handy.
So Ridley just clears the area immediately.
Yeah, well done, John O'Pullen.
Yeah, Jonathan Pullen did really well there. Always tough those ones to not infringe and give the free kick away.
Yep. Yeah, often as soon as you turn around and face the play, you're right, Drew, they'll pay a free kick.
Change that well in flight. So Holmes and Elphinston will battle in the ruck. Kilpatrick picked it up, but didn't take it away. Goes back and gets it. And the left foot, he just chips it inside. 50 charging out of that one with Splan. Couldn't quite haul the mark down. Made his presence felt.
That's where he's exciting, and he's got some real confidence in the last second half of the season to go and do that. A real presence, courageous in the air to throw your body like that as a 17-year-old. Gives you confidence as a teammate to know that he's going to present.
At least bring the ball to ground. If you can't mark it, it's the next best thing. As this one's in dispute. Some good defence here from Clarence, though. They're tackling pressure. Both sides pretty hot right now. Up and under kick. This might be a chance for White. Didn't quite go at it in the end. Kingswell was lurking. Free kick spotted here, holding the ball paid. And that will relieve the pressure for the moment. Clarence will take over on the defensive 50-yard. Short little kick found Paprotny. And just to settle it down. Right. Work it up. Pretty ugly looking kick that.
Yeah, he's normally, I reckon that's gone out of the ground.
It has. Those bounce the edge of the concrete. And they got over the fence.
In someone's backyard and car and scored a Sharon.
Here's one of the worst kicks.
Went with some real momentum out of the ground.
Missed that by an alarming amount, given there's not that much wind out there.
Geez, a poor kick then from John O'Pullen, put his teammate under a lot of pressure. They're going to get away with it.
Yeah, don't want to be giving Garland service of your own as this one's sent forward. Competing well was Jackson, brought it to ground. Throw's been paid here though. And Clarence to take it over. Just ran into a bit of trouble there, Jackson getting in the way.
They're out here, Baxter Norton in space.
Yeah, well spotted. They've got the loose. And a chance for Norton to pump it deep. He goes inside 50, finds the target. Taking the mark there.
He'll probably
Smith
back himself in here, Baker Smith, for distance.
It's like a good kick, but of course can reel around a little bit to get that extra distance, although that would make the angle tighter. And Baker Smith, impressive here this afternoon. He's side leading by 16 points. Goes around. It's working back. It's not quite got the journey. Taken through on the line. It was a lovely kick.
As I said, he's really worked at his kicking and wasn't far off there. Hit the post early on the quarter. Now there's an opportunity for North Hobart from the kick out for Caswell. They're going more direct now, North Hobart. Well done.
That's the left over. And that's a nice play. Caswell continued his run, received it back, chipped it over the top. Great football here and a big opportunity. Is it pulling? Oh, he's pulled the kick and he's hit the post and he won't trouble the scorers.
That's probably the area of his game because they're away. Great play by Caswell to run and break open the lines, and he just had some composure to go out to pull him, who should have done better in that instance.
Superb stuff from Caswell, really taking the game on. That's what it's going to require from the Demons from this point on. Here's McLeod. Tackle Wade. From Ford. The Clarence players feeling it was just a little unnecessary. There's been plenty of spot fires throughout this one. This won't cause another one as Ford gingerly walks towards the bench. Umpire will toss it back in. We've travelled 25 and a half in the third quarter here. A couple of minutes remaining. Oh, some nice play here. Attacking is Darcy Gardner. Just on the wrong page with Garland on that occasion. And there wasn't a whole lot of intent to keep the ball in play there, but the umpire will give him the benefit of the doubt. He had no intention other than stepping out there. He knew he didn't have an option for the kick. To take a stoppage instead. I'm asking the question, what forthcoming? So back into play, just taking it out of the ruck and snapping on goal is Smith.
So he's had some opportunities.
Minor score. Didn't all about Baker Smith playing ruckman.
Which is, I mean, that is a compliment for him. He's getting his hands on the footy, particularly this quarter.
Kick really tested the confines of the field of play. It was well marked by Dominic White. The three-quarter time siren rang out anyway. It'll be a 3-goal advantage to Clarence at the break. 8-11-59 leads North Hobart 6-5-41. It probably could be more, really. North Hobart are probably fortunate to be within 3 goals at three-quarter time for 9 after that quarter, Brownie.
Yeah, I agree. And look, they would have loved John O'Pullen running into space there to kick that one. Would have potentially got him inside 3 goals, and would have gone in with a little bit of confidence. But looks a pretty handy lead on balance, doesn't it, Drew? This one, an 18-point lead to the Roos. North Hobart started to work their way back into the back half of the third quarter, but it was all Colin Garland, really. And I like the matchup of McGuinness back to him. He's got some good composure and makes really good decisions. So hopefully they can quell that matchup. They do lose a bit of run by putting him there, but I think that move had to be made. But North Hobart, they would be trying to tell a story now with what we're coming into the last quarter, trying to build a bit of a confidence and belief in them. I'm sure that'll be the message for Clinton French to finish off strong. And they've got 25-30 minutes and their season's finished, so to give it all their best and leave nothing out there. For the Roos, they've just got to... I think if they can get a couple of goals here, they could potentially run away with it from Clarence, but we'll wait and see.
That is the situation here at North Hobart. Three-quarter time, Clarence 8-11-59 to lead North Hobart 6-5-41. We'll be back in around about 5 minutes' time with the final term here of the regular season from North Hobart. So back for the final term here of the regular season of the TSL. North Hobart in arrears by 3 goals here to Clarence. As they'll try and fight back here. As Rowdy said before the final quarter began, you might as well leave it all out there. They've got 25 minutes of football left in season 2021. Trying to sneak away with that was Kilpatrick, but ball up had already been killed.
Yeah, the first goal becomes pretty critical, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
In this game.
Absolutely. If Clarence were to get it, you could see maybe North Hobart folding at that point, but if the Demons get it, it's game on. So important. Both teams are switched on here. Here's Caswell to break some lines and spark them a little in that third quarter. They'll go inside 50 here, just running under it a little on that occasion though was Jackson. Strong tackle late on Sandrick, who tried to bust on through, but McCallum had him wrapped up nicely. Demons trying to find an early goal here. They were on the back foot for much of quarters 2 and 3, but some nice work there from McCulloch. Dexterous, but a 2-on-1 at the top of the goal square, and just working their way through it nicely. Alone's playing his role as the spare well. So behind there, and quickly try and clear the area. Nice kick that out in front of Baxter Norton.
Pretty prominent Baxter Norton. A couple of opportunities to kick some goals too. That's got to be a free kick. Nice against Baker Smith. It is. Oh no, it's actually going back to Connor Smith, is it?
Yeah, right. After a free kick, same result, and the Demons would take it. Sandrick just looks to set this one up inside 50. Great spoil from behind, but Splan recovered it nicely, handballed it off to Bank Smith. Is that 15? The umpire says it is.
And Tilbury's got another shot, so he's just found a bit of time and space today.
Splan and Bank Smith, the youngsters, getting involved there.
Yeah, well, some of the kicks in the Splan, it's just set up a little bit over his head, so unfortunately he hasn't been able to get that separation. And Bushner's been able to spoil a little bit, but here's Tilbury for his third.
Can he cut the margin to 11 points here early in quarter number 4? It's working back. It's just offline.
He's ready to celebrate.
Goal umpire not moving, I think, sucked a few people in there. Just offline. So it remains 3 goals, 16-point margin. First goal going to be crucial here, and no one standing the mark. How's Clarence to just drive it forward? Is that going to be a mark? It is.
He's a good overhead mark, Tom Cullen. This will test his distance, hence he wants the handball.
Played on here. Oh, gets himself into trouble, McCallum. That was a little clumsy, but they might be able to work it out. Wasn't the best kick, though. All back in dispute. 25 out from goal. They'll scrap it ground level and walk it on up.
Yeah, a few mistakes, a little bit untidy for both teams. But, Clarence will try and set the wall up here across half-back. Lots of directions and instructions about where they want to be set up in case North Hobart do try and clear it out of their D50.
Nice piece of ruck work there from Elphinston. Kilpatrick with some slick hands. They clear the area. And that was tidy too from Mathewson. Not a good kick though. Turned it over. Looked away for a moment. Clarence able get back a hold of the ball, and Webberley shows some good composure. Spread it out wide. And work it further down the line. Kilpatrick gets back and spoils it out of play.
He's a good player, Kilpatrick, isn't he? Gee, he just doesn't make many mistakes. We often talk about how composed he is with the footy. He makes good decisions. And his ball efficiency for mine is always high. Great ball retention when he's got the ball in hand. And on that occasion, just smart to go away and kill it with a defensive spoil.
He's been one of his side's best today. He's screwing that one round the corner is pre-sure. Williams charged out of it, couldn't complete the mark though, and invites a chance for Swinton. And Luke Swinton splits the middle, and Clarence do get that crucial first goal. They're out by 22 points, and just a touch of class there from Swinton.
Yeah, it was a really nice finish, wasn't it? He didn't have a lot of time, and just swung around on his right foot in an area of the ground we often talk about where People usually kick it across the face of goal for whatever reason, but a bit of a body blow there for the D's and Clarence out to that 22-point margin. So North Hobart, if they're going to get back into this game, it's a key few moments for them here. They'd love a centre clearance, but good finish from Luke Swinton.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sucker punch off the first few minutes. North Hobart were doing the attacking, couldn't find a goal to show for it. And now out to 22 points, and tidy after the middle is Norton again. And he's been fantastic, and that's a good-looking kick. Gave his forward every chance in Baker Smith to ground. Swinton again, couldn't quite wriggle free. Got the handball away. Still a chance here. The snap round the corner. It's another goal for the Roos, and that might just about seal it. Kieran Howard, I think.
Yeah, it was.
And that is 28 points, and that might just be that.
Yeah, he just found some time and space, didn't he? And particularly on his left foot. He's a left footer and much improved player. And potentially gets it out almost to a game high, 28 points, I would have thought now.
Yeah.
And going to be pretty tough for the D's, so they've got to stick fat. The last thing they'd want here is to be rolled by 40 or 50 points for the end of the season. That wouldn't be a true reflection on the ability of the team that got on the park today. But Clarence just showing some maturity and making the most of their inside 50 entries in the last couple of minutes.
It's been some good efficiency and good work out of the middle there from the influential Baxter Norton. Very good today. This man just starting to get involved a little too in Swinton. Involved in both the goals. Norton just worked off the ball there by White. Try and get free. Umpire allows the play to go for a while.
We mentioned Sam Banks before. The other player in North Hobart in mix today is John Menzies. They rely on him. He's a proven goal kicker for a number of years now at the NAB League and also at senior level for North Hobart. And I would have loved some of his spark and creativity in that forward half today.
Yeah, creativity definitely a word that springs to mind when you mention John Menzies. Make those things happen out of nothing. There's Clarence to build off half back here. Charging down the wing is McCallum. Works it inside. Ball's Boone. Left Hobart applying a good tackle.
You just saw what's so exciting there about Tommy McCallum. He's a terrific athlete and still only a young man, grade 11 at Guildford Young College. We know about his dad, what a terrific player he was, but Tom would just burst. He's got great speed and endurance, and he's going to be a pretty exciting player for the future. It was a neat left foot kick, actually.
There's Kilpatrick will send them forward. The Splan presented up nicely, takes the mark.
Well, that's probably the first time since early on in the first quarter where he's been able to get some separation. He has worked hard today in presenting as a target.
So he'll take responsibility, or at very least buy himself 30 seconds by saying he will.
Yeah, I mean, the reasonable kick, probably 55 metres by the time he makes contact.
So Splant, well, when he took the kick, he was never going to have a shot, just stood it up instead. Can someone find something at ground level here? Great tackle applied by Wiley. I don't know about holding the ball, though. I'm not sure what prior opportunity he had.
Some interesting decisions today.
He sweeps the handball. Try clear the area. White came in with an important spoil. Handballed it out to Kilpatrick. Shrugged free of the tackle. Can he find a target with the kick just over Splan's head, over everyone's head, in fact, and trying to make something happen here is Guzwell. And the Peanuts player saying, well, you just paid one with no prior 30 seconds ago. Give us one.
Yeah, they wanted it, didn't they? Not too sure what's happened to Josh Green, boys, obviously. Injured. Let's hope it's nothing too major for him, but hasn't been back on the ground for quite some time now.
We'll have another ball up in the square. The fans sensing that by being so red hot on the holding the ball means maybe he'll keep being incredibly red hot on holding the ball, and letting him know. Vocal support down at that end for the home side here today. Is Sandra trying to wriggle free, but couldn't get the angle to work for him there. For a minor skill.
He's been a terrific leader for them, Jack Sandrick, this season. I wonder sometimes about his body. It gets bashed up pretty much because he's such a bullocky, hard-working midfielder. I'd love some support in that area for him, I would think.
As Cole Smith forced the turnover and they work the ball around. The kick back found Jackson, but the Roos have been able to flood back in defence in the interim. Can Jackson find a way through this web in defence? What a good shepherd, just allowed him to run his full measure and swinging deep. That's a great intercept mark taken by the ever-reliable Wiley.
Yeah, they had all the numbers back, didn't they? So it actually suited Clarence in the end. Attacking kick from Wiley, it's going to come off here.
It was a risky one, but it's opened them up out the outside. Kieran Howlett will take the mark. They're completely out here. It's 3-on-3, and all the Clarence players are leading the foot races. Not great service. Doesn't matter, though, because Garland is just so slick at ground level.
It wasn't it? He knew exactly what was happening there. He wasn't going to try and kick it. He grabbed it, saw at the corner of his eye Clarence teammate. It was an instinctive handball into space.
Remarkable how clean he has been at ground level today. He's such a big man. He plays ruckman now, won it down pretty nicely. The handball came out. The snap kick from a standing start is off target. And another throw in. To nominate. So Baker Smith nominating there for Clarence again. And compete. Blocked at the ball there, though. No one going anywhere here. So 11 minutes tick by in the final quarter. Clarence well in control of this game, leading by 27 points. So they look to build towards finals next week. Being thrown up. Easy there for the Rucks. The ball travelled about 5 metres. Hit on, and then snapping from the tightest of angles was Borsburn. Just a minor goal.
Yeah, he's been running into some good form too, Lockie Borsburn. Really neat player, makes good decisions by hand and foot. So Kilpatrick's out from the kick out, but it's in the end it's a poor one.
It's just a really poor kick straight to Jack Barwick.
Yeah, he loved that one again. Tyler McGuinness, normally pretty reliable.
Uncharacteristic.
No way Barwick's going to pass this one off. He's
no
shot.
No forward should be looking to pass this one off, I don't think. So Jack Barwick can extend the lead to 34 points. They've done the goal scoring in this final term, the Roos. And really since quarter time taken over this game. Barwick with a chance for another. Leans back. Umpire working and off the line for a minor score at 10-14 now, Clarence.
Yeah, time becomes the enemy now for North Hobart, almost halfway through the quarter. So they're going to have to make a move now. Hard to see them getting back into this game.
So they have to take quite a few risks from this point on and have them all come off. It would be improbable, but they're going to keep on fighting. Only 15 minutes left in their season. Might as well give everything for Clarence. Well, attention will turn to the finals for them. A home final coming up next week. And potentially some trips north as Swinton, for most of the day, has really come to life in this last quarter. This one again looking for Garland, just over his head on this occasion. Some clever hands there. They've worked it nicely and a great chance here. The snap from Howlett is through the middle, and they've found another. They're out by 35 points, and it's starting to look fairly emphatic on the scoreboard now.
Yeah, another nice finish. 2 goals in the last quarter for Howlett. 35-point lead. So they're probably a little bit disappointed with this, I would have thought, North Hobart, certainly since quarter time. But full credit to Clarence. They just adjusted things, didn't they, after North Hobart got the jump on them in the first 20 or so minutes. And, yeah, they just missed some, we mentioned Jai Menzie in that forward half, but Clarence have certainly been able to win it on the inside and post clearance. They've really done some damage.
So back into the middle. Elphinston is brought to ground and tackle there. Clears the air and says, let's go again. Hobart looked to take it away, but over the shoulder spotted, advantage paid. Driving it forward there was Keegan Ryan. Almost to the favour of Buchner in defence though. He's able to wriggle free. Clear and kick away. His side had the numbers, but Elphinston Done pretty well. He went the spoil and spoiled it straight up, and then actually I can mark this. Took it at the second attempt. His initial idea. Tilbury sends them inside 50. They've got some space to work in here on the fat side. Didn't quite find the target. Weberly able to cover. Gave it across to Bushner.
Gee, that's a great kick.
And that is indeed a great kick that's really opened them up, and they look to keep going with speed here. Nicely defended though by the Roos. Kilpatrick fended off. That's got to be holding the ball. Advantage paid. Clarence will drive it inside 50. Deep they go, looking for big Noah Holmes. Taken away from him though by Bailey Walker. And then the area cleared. And a kick that Leafi was able to spoil down to his teammate. Splan underneath this one. Just had to wait under that. And Bushner came in and made him earn it. Here's Splan. Can he show some composure and find a target here? He just puts it out into space for the big man in Jackson, who keeps going nicely. Competed well at ground level. How will this one bounce? It picks up speed and takes a lovely bounce through. And the Demons get a badly needed goal. They move to 7-8-50. Clarence 11-13-79. Some nice work at ground level there from the big man.
Yeah, well done, casting the role of a rover, and he just motioned with his hands to come on, as if to say, come on, we've still got some time. Trying to build some momentum and energy for his team. One of the Clarence players was hurt pretty heavily in that contest. Just trying to pick it up. It might have been Keegan Wiley, so just a slow to get up. We saw some of the power and burst play from Zach Bush, and he's a terrific athlete. Always had good speed and power, and always had a strong kick on him. And then a couple of plays before, we just saw how powerful that can be. But nice finish from Nathan Jackson.
Clarence had kicked, I think, 8 of the last 9, so fair to say they needed that one there. Did the Demons. Since quarter time, it's been a bit of an onslaught, but margin back to 29 points as Culloch fighting away and skipping away as a man who's been pretty electric. And Tilbury, no threat, but didn't catch that kick well, and Bushner was parked back there. Took the mark, got it to Proprotny, keeps him moving quickly. There's a real intent about the ball movement of the Roos in this last quarter. They're not letting up here. They want to charge into finals with a full head of steam. This one chipped wide. And they'll come in off the back of a couple of impressive wins. It was a huge upset last week against the Launceston. Help the Roos faithful believing. Screen this run round the corner was Harry Burgess. Not his best work though. Intercept mark taken there by Elphinston. Elphinston immediately going wide. The coaching staff, I think, want this direct, quick down the guts. No, they've got to take risks if they're going to kick 5 goals. And thrilled with that decision to go to the safe wide kick. Now they show a bit more intent to go direct, go looking for Jackson, but again it's Bushner with some great defending, just using the body well. And we'll have a ball up. Not enough time for the Demons to kick 5 goals, I would have thought, but good to see them pushing hard here in this contest. As Baker Smith took that one away. His kick was dropped though by Jacques Barwick. Umpire calls for it. And down by Smith. Try and wiggle free. It's tight to the boundary line. The Demons looking to get it moving. Found Banks Smith, who'll send them inside 50. Plenty of numbers back there though for the Roos. And always going to pick that one off, and again show some real intent to get them all moving quickly. Ken Howlett presenting up at it nicely. Played on, then handballed it inside to Paprotny. Paprotny drives them inside 50. Nicely defended though. Might have been a little hold on the Demons defender there. There's definitely a shirt hold there on McGuinness. And that one was spotted. Always a giveaway when the shirt stretches 50 centimetres. Quick kick finds Banks Smith at half back, who wanted to go quickly, but didn't really have anyone as a kicking option. So forced into a handball instead, and it wasn't a good one. Getting in there was Howlett, and he picked it up. And he scored it out.
So how's this work, Drew? Clarence will get a home final against the Tigers next week. That's
correct.
Locked in, but I suppose we don't know the date and time when rumoured to be rumoured to be an AFL final in Tasmania as well. If that's played in Hobart, That would be a goalie, but I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm guessing that
It would have to be
Blunston.
if it's in Hobart.
Interesting. I think Blunston and Utah's rather both been offered up as venues to
Right.
AFL clubs. Might depend on tonight. Not sure which game they're going to play. Melbourne, Geelong, whether they'd request here or Adelaide, I'm not sure. There's a suggestion one of the Sydney teams might request down here. We'll have to see. A big
I suppose
weekend,
my
though.
point is if it is played at Blunston, then the TSL might be playing second fiddle in terms of the fixturing requirements for the AFL.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. Certainly, we'll have to wait and see on that front. A busy week for the fixture makers, perhaps. So, the Roos will indeed host the Tigers. And then the two northern teams will battle off. The winner straight through to the grand final. The loser will play the winner of 3v4 as Harper swings round onto his right and just sets that one up high into the sky. And it works out all right. Taking the mark is Barwick. And he's had a bit of it in the second half.
Yeah, that's his go, isn't it? Inside the forward 50. Just protected the ball drop there. A good contest happening off the ball between Bailey Walker and Noah Holmes. Big Noah just struggled to get into it a little bit today. His left thigh is heavily bandaged.
So a chance for another goal here for Jacques. He's offline though. I was going to ask about Noah Holmes. Where do you see him at development-wise? Probably burst onto the scene a little last year. Probably hasn't quite popped this year as much as maybe he was trending towards last year.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comment.
Green gets there, handballs it inside. Cross now to Dominic White. Pulled hard. Line punched away from him.
Been a little quieter today, Dom White. We know he was a great accumulator of the footy. Whatever level he's played at, he's always been able to find it.
So Jackson will compete with Green. Swing the left fist at it. Tackle laid there. Hold on. Putting off there by his own teammate there was Ben Smith playing in Dom White. And there's been a real physical edge in this game all day. Largely Benhaji after the whistle. Even now in red time in the final quarter with the result beyond doubt. Here's Banks Smith, who's kept fighting hard, dealt with after a kick. That'll be downfield. A free kick coming the way of the Demons. Wanting it, wanting to move it quickly. So Spillane sets it up just over the head of McCulloch. Spoil away might beat all colours, and it does straight over the line for Putney Gathering.
Yeah, really, it was the third quarter of Colin Garland, wasn't it? That probably broke open this game in the back end of the second quarter. McGuinness has done a pretty good job since he's gone back to him, but still, for mine, he's been the most damaging player on the ground.
Forrest was skipping free there, was Preshaw, got the handball away under some pressure. Kilpatrick now with a chance, but Weberly's got him in a strong tackle. He's going nowhere.
And smart play, I think, from the Clarence coaching staff. They've got him off. Now there's nothing to be gained here. For him, it's more important about him being fit and ready for next week. We know he has often had his injury
That one's
concerns.
just volleyed out of the ruck, almost a spectacular goal. Offline for a behind. Don't see that too off. Just swinging the boot at the ruck contest. But yeah, I agree. Why risk the big man Garland? We've seen what an ace he can be. And if they are going to make any noise in finals, you do feel like he's going to be key to it.
I think they'll go in with a bit of confidence, though, the Roos next week against the Tigers. It's been a pretty solid win today. They've just done what they had to do.
Of course, lost to the Tigers a couple of weeks ago in an absolute thriller there. But since then, I think they'll be happy with the response.
It'll be a competitive game because the Tigers are certainly their best season in the TSL statistically this year.
And beat the side that be playing at that very venue 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, I think be well worth the trip to Blunston for that one.
Important off-season, I think, for North Hobart Drury, particularly in that area of recruitment and retention of players. They had an exodus of a number of players last year, not necessarily in the seniors, but right across the footy club. So they'd love a lot of these boys to be back there again next season, and boys running around in Dev League and under-18 footy. We know there's been much publicised, 8 or 9 boys running around for Tasmanian representative NAB League team. So if they can keep them, if the boys aren't drafted back for another season, I think that becomes really important.
They're a very young team, aren't they? I want them speaking this year, but
watch him go, yeah.
Some youth as McCallum. He is eye-catching, isn't he? He has a chance to kick a goal there. He saunters into 50. Can he show the composure with the finish? McCallum! What a wonderful goal from that young man. Charges through the middle of North Hobart and puts the cherry on top of the cake.
That was a fantastic goal. And as I said, watch him go. When he's got some time and space where he can carry and put some yardage in the afterburners and away he goes. I've seen him do that a few times at school footy and also club footy, and he hasn't always finished it off. So I thought that was great composure after a burst of 50 or 60 metres to run and finish. Great for his confidence. He's second for the day. But look, he's a really exciting prospect for next year in particular for mine from a potential draftee.
Yeah, well, I think that passage of play there would have recruiters' tongues wagging, that sort of stuff. Some serious burst and good composure to the finish too. When you're moving at that kind of speed, it can be tough to then steady yourself and execute the finish, but did really well. As the Demons look to respond, but yeah.
He's back in again, he must be cooked.
Tom McCallum putting in the defensive effort. The game's won, but he's still throwing his body on the line there. Great to see.
That's good. I know,
the double fend-off from Bushner. He found McCallum, who's heavily involved. That's not quite as impressive, just turning the ball straight over. It matters not, though. The siren sounds on the season for the Demons and the regular season of the TSL. We're heading to finals, and it'll be Clarence who head into finals off the back of 2 big wins. They'll host the Tigers next week, but they win today, 12-14-86 to North Hobart, 7-9-51. Their season comes to an end, but as we've seen, some young talent out there for the Demons, and hopefully they can keep that group together and build towards next year.
Yeah, I thought potentially this game might have been a little bit closer coming in, but so in the end a comfortable 35-point win for the Roos. They did what they had to do, and I thought particularly towards the back end of the first quarter they just got their game back on. In terms of when they had the footy, there was a real conscious decision to flick it and try and get into the space, and I just thought they hurt North Hobart with some of their leg speed and some of their ball movement. And Colin Garland from mine was the most influential player on the ground with 6 goals. He really broke it open in the second and third quarters, and that was, on balance, probably the difference. And they had different players bob up at different stages for them. And North Hobart, look, it'll be an interesting off-season. We mentioned recruitment and retention of those players, but there's a lot to like, and in terms of for their footy club, they've got some confidence and games into a lot of young players, and once they get another pre-season into them, bigger bodies, it sets them up pretty well for next season and have I guess for them, the best case scenario for them would be a serious tilt at the finals if they can bring some more players in, recruit as we said, and if they can have a lot of the under-18 access to some of these boys, we've seen it certainly strengthens them up.
Absolutely. So that will about do us here from North Hobart. It was the Demons who jumped the Roos early on, started strong in the first quarter, but ultimately Clarence, too good for them. They worked their way on top. They controlled the rest of the battle, and they'll head into the finals next week on a high. They'll take on the Tigers next weekend. I've been Andrew Cooling. Joining me has been Cam Brown. Brownie, always a pleasure.
Thanks, Troy. Enjoyed it.
Hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Do tune in next week when we switch to finals. But from North Hobart Oval, it's bye for now.